Hi, I'm here to talk to you about rotator cuff surgery. This is day number 14, and really this is the first day I felt like I'm actually back to normal doing stuff. For me, it's been a very painful 2 weeks, and that is because all the work he did in my shoulder. I had rotator cuff repair, and then he had to shave two of the bones that were in there to give the rotator some extra room, and then he shaved another the clavicle to give the bicep tendon also runs through the shoulder. He shaved that to give that some room because my bicep tendon was a little bit inflamed, and then he did some maneuvering in the shoulder capsule to give the capsule a little bit more space. And then so I had a big dressing on my shoulder. You can't shower for 3 days, and I took the dressing off, and there were 4 like little cuts, and those were, I had arthroscopic surgery. So each one of those cuts represented where like they put the tools to do the surgery, you know, instead of doing an actual open surgery. And those healed up really good. And then I went for my my post-op after 9 days, and like I said, I was in a lot of pain. And he explained why I was in a lot of pain, because of all the work he did in my shoulder. So and then actually yesterday I had my first physical therapy appointment, and that is just for passive motion. The therapist moves your arm. You don't move your arm yourself. The only thing I really did was you bend over and you do these things called like pendulums, where your arm is hanging limp, and then like you swing your torso to get like a little bit of movement. And then she ices me up. She'll put some like little pads on me, and it stimulates my shoulder, like the muscles and stuff like that. So and then she gave me some exercises to do at home, the pendulums, and she said I can do bicep, like I move my right arm like I'm doing a bicep curl. I'm not actually using the weight. I'm actually supporting the elbow like with a pillow, and I'm just moving my bicep just to keep my my arm, you know, from stiffening up. Anyways, I wanted to show the sling. This is my sling. There's a big pillow there that keeps my arm away from my body. It actually looks bulky, but it's actually pretty lightweight. So sometimes, like, I always have to adjust it to pull my hand back in, you know, but it's actually not too bad. So whenever I went in for the surgery, you know, you go in and they ask you your name a million times, your birth date, and the surgeon comes in and asks what body part he's operating on. You point to it, he puts his initials. And then for this surgery, okay, they knocked me out naturally, but they also gave me a nerve block, and that was to sort of help with the pain after the surgery. Because when I left the facility, surgery took a couple hours. My right arm was completely numb. It was unbelievable. I could not feel it like if I touched it. And that lasted for about 22 hours. And then after that, that's when the pain set in. Really bad. I was taking oxycodone. They recommended like you take it about, as soon as you start, like you could start feeling your fingers tingling. That means the nerve block's wearing off. Start taking the medicine then, but it did not help me one bit. So I had to call a surgeon. They upped the dosage. Still didn't help me. And then what happened was, okay, it was 4 days and I didn't move my bowels. So I had to call the surgeon, and then, because I was having a lot of cramps in my, really, really bad. So I took some Miralax, drank some prune juice. Actually, my girlfriend's a LPN, and she recommended that. So it took about 10 hours finally for me to go and you know, get that issue solved. So I said this is day 14, and I said for me it's been very painful, and I probably only slept maybe 2-3 hours at a time at night. Then I wake up, and I have to sleep upright. That's another thing. What I did is I set up on my couch, and I, you know, prop pillows up and stuff, so I'm actually upright, because when I lay down, my shoulder just throbs. And they said that's going to take a couple weeks to for that to you know, stop. So either that, or somebody said sleep in a recliner. So like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. For me, very painful. So but that's just part of the, you know, the healing process, you know. And you know, I'm repeatedly told, don't think you're going to just feel like this all the time, because it's going to get better. You know, the bone, like I said, he shaved 2 bones, so that's where the pain's from. You know, and then, like I said, he put 4 holes in my shoulder, you know, for those probes, and pain's coming from there. So I just got to keep pushing through, you know what I mean? Just continue to stay positive. And I've been trying to eat good, drink a lot of fluids, and I'm going to start walking, you know, to get the old blood flowing, and then do the exercises at home. I'm going to physical therapy twice a week. And I'll give you a couple tips. You want to buy oversized clothing, because it makes it easy to get on and off. Because if you just try to get your regular clothes on, you can't do it, because you can't lift your arm. So you don't want to be pulling on that arm you got to operate on, you know. So I would recommend that. And then when I take a shower, okay, you can't take a shower for 3 days. So what I did is I got a plastic bag, and I put a couple towels in it, wrapped it up, and I put those towels in that plastic bag in between my arm right here when I'm taking a shower, so that my arm stays out a little bit, and it's actually comfortable. Because whenever you take, like when I take this sling off and just drop my arm down on the side, it is really painful. You know, because naturally, you know, your arm's been in the sling and you can't move it. And then, but I'm hoping the physical therapy is going to take care of some of that, you know, pain. And then you can sit on a couch. You can take your sling off. You can sit on a couch, but you got to have 2 pillows. You have to have one under your arm like, you know, between your body and your arm, to keep your arm out. And then you want your arm supported, so you put a pillow underneath, you know. And that actually, you know, is comfortable when you do that. And then another thing, you have to learn, like, I'm right-handed dominant, so I've been, you know, using my left hand. But I've always used my left hand to do, like, stuff when I'm at work or whatever, you know. So I do use it a lot, but still, like, for me, shaving, I actually started practicing shaving with my left hand about 6 weeks before my surgery. So that has helped, and same with brushing my teeth. And then, of course, making food and stuff, that's kind of an issue. But you learn, like, how to use your body, like, you know, push stuff against your midsection or whatever, you know, instead of using your arm, and using your legs or whatever to lift stuff. So that's a tip I'll give you there. You know, you have to improvise a lot if you're going to be alone. My girlfriend works, so I'm alone, you know, for like 12 hours a day. So I just been taking my time, and you know, to make sure that, you know, just I'm doing everything right. You know, I'm following the doctor's orders. So what I'll do is I'm going to give an update maybe about a month after I've, you know, done the rehab, see how that goes. Hopefully things are going good, and I'll let you guys know how things are going. So thanks for watching, and talk to you later.